Right out of high school, I just started working all the time, and then kind of got over that job, so I wanted to get a new path in my life. A lot of families to be in off-roading, so I want to start building vehicles, frame, suspension, all that, start getting into racing more. I went to the Off-Road Expo last year, 2021, and I ended up talking to a couple of instructors at the booth, and they said, come down, take a tour, show you the campus, and I liked it, so I started pursuing it.
I've been working as a technician, an RV technician at Temecula Valley RV for about the last 4 years now. I just wanted to do something, to jump into something that I'm more passionate about, something that I would actually really love to do for the long haul. So for me, that was carbon fiber. I've always been passionate about it, and so just wanted to have a change of career and go for something that I'm actually, really more into.
I used to work at a vinyl wrap shop, and I used to install a lot of body kits and do a lot of vinyl wraps and a bunch of different stuff. And a couple months ago, I was installing a aero kit on a Ferrari 488, and none of the stuff actually fit right. And as I was looking at this and looking at the parts and everything, I was like, I wonder if I can actually get into this market and do it myself. I mean, if people are paying $60,000 for a body kit that doesn't even fit right, I mean, I can't imagine how much I could sell a kit that actually fits right. So that's when I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go talk to the fab school about this stuff and see what I can learn.
I want to make enough money to take care of my family. That always come first, family first. When I was in the Marine Corps, I joined into the aviation, so the wing side. It was all fixed wings, so C-130s and F-18s is my background. I took the fundamentals course first, the fundamentals of fabrication. Got really handy with the welding and all the hand tools and all that. In the Marine Corps, I was just turning wrenches. Definitely enjoyed that, but I kind of wanted to do more custom stuff. So I definitely got into this school to look forward and get into that industry, the more custom side.
Honestly, I just wanted to go work, and then my dad just said if I wanted to go to school, and he recommended it to me. And I came to come check it out, and I liked it. It was only 6 weeks, so it was gonna go by fast, and then I was gonna take another course.
I was helping out my grandpa in his workshop to get some welding experience and lathe experience. And then when I was looking for school to go to, I remembered about fab school through our school program that they had for colleges.
It's a good experience, I like it. Went fast, basically forced you to learn a lot, actually retain knowledge and keep going at it. My favorite project in this course would probably be the frame for our certificate. It's the final project, and it's pretty much sealing the deal, like you learn something.
Everything hands-on, which is great, and just being able to kind of get thrown headfirst into everything and figure out the best methods and what works for you. It's been awesome. I've been absolutely blessed to come here and to learn in this type of a setting. My favorite project was probably the light switch, just because we got to do, building the actual tool, it was kind of the whole procedure of, taking an existing part and then making the tool for that, and then making the part, out of fiberglass and out of carbon fiber. I think it was most exciting too, because it was the first time I was able to actually see how it's done and do it myself.
I don't know, my experience has been great. Like, every single staff member I've talked to has been really helpful. Even Deidre with all the career services and everything, like, everybody's just extremely helpful. And pretty much Kyle and Dustin have given me every ounce of information I've ever needed. Literally, I can ask them anything and they seem to have an answer for literally any question I have. So far, what I've really liked is the license plate was kind of cool. Everybody kind of gave their own touch to it. Some people just went with a forged look, some people went with a regular weave. I went with a little checkered pattern. And it was kind of cool seeing all the different patterns of layups that you can do. So I really liked the license plate project, just because you get to see the differences in everybody else's thinking.
Very helpful. A lot of teachers explain a lot, and really get into detail on a lot of stuff. Everyone else pretty much supportive of everything, anything you want to do. They give you tips, they help you with anything that you're stuck on. Favorite project would have to be the license plate, especially since there's different layups that you could do, different patterns that you can make the license plate.
My experience here in this course has definitely been a positive one. Definitely learning curves and all that, learning more about yourself, how you work, what techniques work for you really. You know, each instructor, they take you aside, ask you, what your motives, like what are your goals outside of once you're done with this course. That way they'll be able to train you like, hey, and then break it down to you how what you're doing here applies in the industry that whatever you choose to do. I'd have to say the door panel. I've just never really worked with honeycomb cores and all that. I think that's really interesting. Didn't even know that existed, to be honest with you. So that alone definitely, that was perfect for me.
Everybody was all nice. We had mostly all fun, messing around sometimes and doing the work. And favorite one, the license plate cover, because I get to put it on my car.
So what they do is they demolded this, and now they have trimmed it to a 2-inch flange. And then they're going to lay up a fiberglass piece, so they'll spray a black gel coat. And then we'll make a carbon fiber one out of dry fiber with epoxy resin.
Next would be looking for a job once I graduate fundamentals class. Maybe somewhere with laying up plies for composites and fabricating suspension, roll cages, notches, all that.
Probably either on the aircraft route or prosthetics. Yeah, it did open up my options to a lot more jobs for automotives, prosthetics, or even aircraft. I'll be pretty prepared, ready to have the basic knowledge of laying up and making molds, mixing the epoxy resin.
I don't have anything set in stone. I have a couple options. I think ideally I'd like to start my own thing. I'd like to start making my own parts. Probably just out of my garage initially, and just see what gets traction and what doesn't, and see what gets legs and go from there. And yeah, so I might also try and grab a job in the meantime so that I can be gaining more experience.
So when I graduate, I plan on going back to Missouri and starting up a little shop on the side. I currently work as an engineer at a small engineering firm called The Invention House. And I'm gonna keep working there for a little bit, get my money together, and I'd like to open up a shop, set up contracts with prosthetics companies, because that's something that they struggle to make out there. Most of the prosthetics that are sold and made in Missouri are usually made out of other composites like fiberglass and cheaper components like plastic, silicone, all this stuff. And they don't really have people to make stuff out of carbon back home. So I figured I would take it upon myself to be someone that can do it.
So for me personally, I'm trying to get back to Utah, get out of California. Had a good time here, but I'm done with it, all of that. Just getting into work, really. I have a couple interviews lined up, and so we're just taking it by ear, seeing, what makes the most sense financially, as well as your everyday life. To be honest with you, I think it's definitely opened up my mind as far as the industry. Aerospace is super awesome, great, but I think prosthetics has a little bit more meaning for me personally. I already have 5 years, 6 years of experience, plus all the training and stuff from here, be able to transfer that and show it in my work.
want to thank everybody for putting this awesome program together, and yeah, it's been an absolute blessing to come here and to learn in such a great environment and with you know other young men who are driven and want to help each other out. So yeah, it's been great. Thank you so much.
A huge thank you to Dustin and Kyle for helping me out along the way. They've given me a lot of information about the program itself and the industry itself, along with some things out of the industry and out of the program that are going to be very useful in my future. So huge thanks to Kyle and Dustin for all the information and all the help, and especially with me asking them a million questions a day. Thank you a lot for everything.
Really thanks to everybody, the teachers and all the other students as well. Supportive and really helping out. Any questions they had, more than happy to answer your question or help you out in any situations that you were stuck on.
Special thanks I'd like to give to my family, always being supportive outside of school. And another special thanks would be to Kyle and Dustin, always being available for questions, offering help all the time. And thanks to Troy for having this for all of us. Thank you.